Hey y'all, it's your girl, the Peaceful Coach, and I am so excited to be starting this YouTube page, The Peaceful Life. And you are in the right place at the right time. You did not come across this video on accident. All right, it's definitely on purpose. And I just wanted to start by saying welcome. And I got to tell you about me, right? And I don't mean that in a conceited way. I just mean like, who's the peaceful coach? What is she about? What does she do? And more so, what is my story? And I want to share all of that with you in this video. All right, so I'm not going to take you back to 1987 when I was born. I'm not going to do that, but I am going to tell you a little bit about my story. So I just have to say, my journey in becoming the peaceful coach did not happen overnight. It was a dark time, a dark season in my life that encountered probably around 2020, 2021 during I almost said the wrong thing, during the pandemic. Not the pandemic, during the pandemic. And during that time, I remember just being in this mode of what I thought was peace. And I use quotes because one, I didn't have to go into my typical routine. I didn't have to hustle. I didn't have to grind. I was calm. I was relaxed. I was in my own environment. I was thriving. Okay. And then all of a sudden, when the pandemic ended, right, or we were able to kind of leave our homes and go back to things as normal, that was a kicker for me because it now meant that I was not able to just be in my own environment. I couldn't control the place that I was in. I had to go back into this mode of hustling and bustling, or so I thought. That made me so anxious, y'all. So anxious. So that's just a start of the journey on how God really had me go through a difficult season and transpire it into something so beyond what I could have ever hoped for. So during that time, I'm anxious, I'm hustling, I'm bustling, I'm people pleasing galore. I'm doing any and every task. I'm tiring myself out, y'all. I'm experiencing burnout maybe for the first time ever in life, experiencing burnout because I just want to move, move, move at the pace of the world. I want to be able to keep up. I want to be able to make sure I'm not falling behind. I want to catch up in a sense because we've been on lockdown for almost a year at that time. So as I'm going into this new flow of living, I'm not recognizing that my soul in itself is getting sick. I'm moving and moving and moving at such a rapid pace that my soul is like, hey, what are you doing? Slow down. You're good. Take a deep breath. Pour into you. Love on you. I'm not doing any of those things. And I remember one night I was in my room trying to go to sleep. It was really dark, darker than normal. I don't know if you guys ever encountered that. And like all of a sudden, I'm just hearing things. I'm like hearing these negative thoughts, like super loud. And it was actually kind of scary because it felt like it was like in the room with me, but I'm by myself. And during that time, I just remembered the words of God, like literally combating every negative thought, every fear, every form of worthlessness or not feeling like I'm enough coming up. And like with every lie, with every negative thought, God's word was speaking. So I'm saying, like, you know how you go through and you read your word and you meditate on your word? I wasn't doing that as much during that time. But it's like it was as clear as day, and I heard that still small voice, y'all. It was so powerful, combating every single lie, everything. And it went from being like dark in that time period of my life to becoming brighter and brighter. But it still didn't happen overnight. God got me through it. He let me know that it was my thoughts that was keeping me captive. It was my thoughts that made me believe that I had to be in this hustle, in this bustle, people pleasing, doing anything and everything, even though that's not what I was supposed to be doing at that time. And when I realized this, I started recognizing this again, my soul was sick because it got so used to doing and producing and performing that I didn't know how to be still. I didn't know how to be a daughter. I didn't know how to be a sister or a friend because I had lost those parts of myself because I was trying to be anything and everything for everyone. And you just can't do that. So, and actually, let me pause here. I'll go over soul sickness in my next video if you're wondering what that is. I'm just painting a picture of my story and how I became the peaceful coach. All right, insert. All right, so back to the story. I have this encounter with God where He's literally speaking life over me as darkness and death probably is trying to consume me, right? Because I'm getting so consumed in the things of what I was doing and feeling like I just wasn't enough and wasn't worthy, etc. So, as God's word is speaking life over me, I feel lighter and more peaceful than I've ever felt in a while, actually. And in that moment, of course, I go to therapy, and go a little bit deeper. But then at some moments, I realized it was the mindset. And it's just important to make sure that we're renewing our minds daily. And I recognize that that's not a suggestion. We quote and read Romans 12:2, be not conformed to the patterns of this world, but renew your mind. Paraphrasing, but all in all, renew your mind. That is not a suggestion. I realized that is a mandate. So I went through this beautiful journey of healing. I went through this beautiful journey of pouring into my soul because it got so flustered and sick with doing and producing and not being true or authentic to who I actually am. So, in this journey, I've learned the power of renewing your mind. I've learned the power of meditation. I've learned the power of stillness. I've learned the power of being quiet. I've learned the power of journaling. I've learned the power of taking deep breaths. I've learned the power of speaking life over your situations. I've learned the power of keeping God in the center of everything, everything, and not taking these moments and making them monuments. And also catching myself that if I'm moving too fast and recognizing and honoring who God created me to be and saying, hey, it's okay to slow down. You're safe. You're good. So this is a journey of, I would say about 6, 7 years of really overcoming that season of my life. But even prior to that, overcoming anxiousness as well. So I did not become the peaceful coach for the sake of a cute title. No, God's peace really has encountered me and has met me where I'm at. And I don't believe that you go through any of the difficult things that you go through in life just to go through it. Like it's to serve a purpose, it's to serve Him in a sense and His people. And I'm no exception. I'm just a girl from California, you know, living daily, ordinary life. But at the same time, I know that the things that God has allowed me to go through is meant to help somebody else. And that's why I'm here. And that's why this page is here. And that's how you encountered this video, is because I really believe that I am meant to help people who have experienced anxiousness or who has experienced worthlessness, who has experienced that identity crisis or low self-esteem or imposter syndrome. Like, do I need to go down the whole list of things, right? And just knowing that, hey, you can live a peaceful life. You can live your life in purpose with intentionality, and you can overcome anything and everything that comes your way. I'm a living testament, and I don't speak to what I don't know. So I just want to say welcome again to this page. Welcome again to this journey. And I am honored to come alongside you as we heal together, as we grow together, as we move forward together. You have so much in you. You have so much that you are called to. And God does not make mistakes. He is for you, He is with you in all things. So let's begin this peaceful journey.